Hey guys, what's up, it's Flynn here, and today I wanted to make a fashion frame video for Saryn, because whenever I'm streaming and I'm playing as Saryn, people are like, whoa Flynn, your Saryn looks insane, how do I copy your Saryn? Can you show me the colors? Can I see all the attachments and stuff like that? And then I'm like, yo man, just wait until the end of the mission. And then we get to the end of the mission and the guy is either gone, or he forgets to remind me, or I forget to show him, or you know, anything under the sun happens, and the guy just doesn't get what he wants, right? So I thought I would, you know, start a series up where I just show off fashion frames that are commonly requested whenever I'm streaming. So this week we're going to start off with Saryn, because it is by far my most heavily requested fashion frame. Even in videos where I show my Saryn, people are like, whoa, that Saryn looks insane. What are the colors and whatnot? So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into everything that I use. Now I don't really have any set guidelines for fashion framing, nor are my fashion frames usually inspired by anything or anyone, but this one in particular kind of was. I was watching a Twitch streamer called Coilheart, Coilheart. I was watching them and they had a cool gray and dark blue Saryn fashion frame using the Chroma Prime accessories, right? The Amugi stuff on the shoulders and the knees. I'll show you guys what that looks like as well on this particular one. But you know, I looked at that and I was like, well, that looks really, really cool, because my original Saryn Prime fashion frame was this sort of dark gray blue. I was like, I was a big fan of this for a long time and people were impressed by this, but I always thought that it looked kind of basic and it only really kind of popped whenever I was channeling or whatnot. But channeling has since been, I guess, shoved to the side. It's still in the game, you can still do it, but it's not as important. So, you know, having these things turned on, because he's let out like a cool looking, I'll actually jump into capture and show you a cool looking like glowy effect, right? So let's just go ahead, wait for this to load, get out a melee weapon, and then if we channel, you can see kind of faintly because of my dark energy color, but you can see that they let out this kind of cool glow, right? So whenever I was channeling, it would do that, and it looked pretty badass. I want to go ahead and jump out of here because the noise is going to distract from what I'm talking about. But yeah, I always thought that one was pretty basic, and I was kind of looking for inspiration on how to make Saryn look a lot better, because she's by far one of my favorite frames at the minute. Just because of how insane her skilling is and her initial damage dealing with miasma and her buffing capabilities and survivability and whatnot. She's a really good all-around frame. I really enjoy playing her, whenever I'm playing at a group of new players, you know. She makes those types of missions go by really, really quickly and really, really easily. So she's one of those frames that I use a lot, but I was always sick of looking at this gray and sort of dark, not so nice looking Saryn. Not saying that the skin by any means is bad. The Integra skin is my favorite Saryn skin by far, but it's just how I had it colored, really. So seeing Coilheart have a different sort of design really inspired me to go out of my way to you know, just try again with Saryn and try it with a different helmet, because you can still use the Integra helmet with this, because of course it's the matching skin, but it doesn't really have that same sort of stylistic feel, I guess, which is why I went ahead and I bought the Nepellus skin to get the Nepellus helmet. So the Nepellus skin and helmet is designed by Lucinu_U, and then the Integra is designed by Cheshire. I'm going to be shouting out the Tenogen creators in every single one of these fashion frame videos. I want to do one of them a week showing up my most popular fashion frames, simply because I feel like the Tenogen creators deserve a lot of credit for the amount of time that it seems like goes into these Tenogen skins, because like, it's of my opinion that a lot of the Tenogen skins that have been coming out recently are far better than the deluxe skins that have been coming out. So like, say for example, the Grax skin for Atlas compared to the recent deluxe skin for him, leaps and bounds better. Like, that's just my opinion, but you know, take that as you will. Tenogen creators definitely deserve more recognition. You know, there's a select few that I see pop up on Twitter every so often, but I think there's a lot of really badass skins and Syandanas that I use in game, and I barely ever hear a peep or mention of the Tenogen creators who created the stuff. So Yeah, we're gonna be mentioning them and shouting them out. I'll probably end up linking their pages on Steam or whatnot down in the description below as well. So hopefully I remember to do that. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. So an Apellis helmet and Integra skin. You can go ahead and choose whichever helmet or whatnot you want to use, but I definitely recommend using the Integra skin. If we go ahead and we swap through some of the skins, you would see that my color scheme in particular doesn't really work on a lot of them. And that's more so to do with, this one's kind of cool, that's more so to do with Saryn just being a naturally ugly frame. So a lot of the skins need a lot of work to sort of make them look a lot better, so to speak. So, you know, it's really about finding a skin that you like the design of and then just messing around with it for a little while whenever it comes to Saryn. Like I said, she's probably one of the ugliest frames in the game at base. Of course, she's got other features which people jizz over 24/7. But that's not for me, man. And I always like going for this sort of like really awesome paladin guardian like look, I guess you could call it. I try to do this in all my frames. So, you know, I like the dark colors and the light colors complemented by like a nice gold or silver or bronze or whatever. So it's generally what I go for. But I've got all of the Equinox Prime attachments on because I didn't design this fashion frame. I was just playing with this fashion frame whenever Equinox Prime came out. So I thought, hey, I'd throw on the accessories because I was streaming and people wanted to see them. So it actually, you know, happened to come off pretty well. One thing I do like to note whenever it comes to fashion framing is I hate clipping. So what I would usually do is I would never choose an animation for my Warframe until I got all the attachments on that I wanted to get done, right? So I usually try to stay true to the frame. So like, for example, if I really, really like the Saryn animation or I think it's decent looking, I'm going to go ahead and keep that on. But if I really hate the base animations, like either the Agile or the Noble, I'll just, you know, keep it default, and then we're going to go ahead and go through and find something that we like once we have all the attachments and colors on and all that stuff, just so we can make it as good as we possibly can, I guess you could say. But we'll go to attachments in a little bit because honestly I think that the colors are a lot more important. So whenever it comes to the colors, I like the Dojo and the Grenier pack specifically. So for the Grenier pack, I like using this bottom row or one from the top bottom row of dark colors, simply because like it's that nice fine line between gray and black, I guess you could say. So I just keep this one in the middle favorited just so I can, you know, swap between. And what I would usually do is I'd use this one in the middle, and then if I wanted maybe a darker tone to sort of complement that one in the middle or a lighter tone, I would just do, you know, one to the right of that or one to the left. It's really down to you which one you'd rather do if you're trying to make a super dark frame, I guess. But that wasn't really what I was going for on this Saryn, so I just end up using this here one in the middle. As you'll see on my primary and my tertiary, there's the exact same color, so just that one in the middle. Whenever it comes to the secondary, I actually ended up using the sort of light blue from the Corpus pack, but you can just go ahead and use a basic white. It's down to you what you want to use, but because this was like a nice sort of, I guess, kind of darky white, I went ahead and used that. It just kind of, I don't know, it just looks cool. Like I said, none of my fashion frames are inspired by anything. I'm just going to go ahead and throw on whatever looks cool. And I just thought at the time, whenever I was putting this together, that this here one, out of all the other whites and stuff, looked the best instead of just going for a super poppy outy white, I guess you could say. There's really not that big of a difference. So if you're just looking to sort of copy this, that's totally fine. Just use a white, you know, it's fine. Accents. Dojo is my favorite for accents and energy colors because all of these colors just pop. And I'm using the one on the bottom right for this sort of bronzy look. You could use one up here for more of a faded, washed out. But I just wanted that really cool looking bronze on this Saryn. So the orange or the light orange in the bottom right is what I used. It really depends on the material that you're putting it on. Will determine how it looks, I guess, whenever it comes to the color. So make sure to change up your attachments accordingly, I guess. Shouldn't be that big of a deal because it is the accents, and the accents are usually the metallic parts of the attachments and whatnot, and the frame and all that jazz. But, you know, just pay attention to that. Like, using this color on, let's say, for example, the white. We go ahead and we do that. It's not going to look any good. So that's Dojo. I mean, it's okay looking, but it's just too much, and it's on too much of like a plasticky like surface, I would say. Plasticky like material. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah. Moving on to an energy color. I've got this nice, again, Dojo turquoise. I think it looks really, really cool. You could change this up to whatever you like, completely honest with you. Blue looks dope, you know? That looks dope. Of course, I wanted to go for something that is kind of like infected-y. You could go for like a darker green, I guess. Let's try that out. And that looks really, really cool. But because I wanted to make it pop, I was like, okay, let's stick with the sort of infected-like color, but I also want something to make it pop. So it was honestly a choice between this turquoise-like color, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not that big on color names and whatnot. I'm just gonna call it like fucking pop light green. I don't know. But purple looked dope. A dark purple. You know, I could throw that on. And then of course you could go to the infested palette and choose a lot of stuff here as well if you wanted for that sort of infested sort of feeling, because it's Saryn, it's the disease Warframe. Spores, miasma is viral procs, spores corrosive procs, just eating enemies away is sort of the theme there. So I was like, let's go for something which is kind of like, if you looked at it, like if that color was on your hand, you'd be kind of fucking freaked out. You'd be like, is this infected? So I don't know, I went for the sort of balance between that would be weird if it was on your hand, but also bright enough to pop out and make it look really, really epic and badass and cool and whatnot, I guess. I don't know. Again, like, I don't read too deep into all of it, but you could go with light blues, you could go with a white. There's a bunch of different colors you could throw on this Saryn and just make it look absolutely insane. Now, a big part of this fashion frame, as your eyes are probably drawn to, is the sigil. So if we go ahead and we take a look at the sigil, front sigil, this is the Warframe Prime sigil, and you get this from the Nova Prime Accessories Pack, which you currently can't get, I don't believe. I don't think that's up right now. But this is an absolutely insane sigil. If I didn't have that, I would go for like a Sanuka and turn the alpha all the way down. There's a bunch of stuff you could use, but I always like my sigils to kind of have a nice glow to them, right? But obviously, you know, a sort of like, I guess, a unique style. So like if I was using this, I would turn it all the way down. It's still cool, but it's just not as good as the as this right here. You know, you want it to look really, really badass and cool. I had the alpha turned on just a little bit, so it wasn't really too intrusive, but you know, I like the fact that we have the dojo color, this here, sort of complementing the body. It takes up a decent bit, and then you have the cool black holy sort of glow, which looks awesome. I don't know how else to explain that, but really, really badass sigil, and I think it definitely makes the frame, or makes the whole fashion frame, I guess you could say. Moving on to the back, I just go ahead and throw on my Syndicate Sigil, and in this case, I've turned the alpha all the way down, and I'm using the Cyanana to hide it. Doesn't really matter too much if I see this, because, you know, the Chairman Sigil isn't too bad looking. I can just make it, you know, point up the way, or put it vertically. Looks a lot better that way on the back, I guess, but there's a lot of different things you can do to either hide it or make it a little bit more appealing. Some of the Syndicate sigils aren't that awesome, so I don't know. It's just I have it on because Syndicate rep, right? You want to get that. For the shoulders, I've got my clan emblem and my alliance emblem, so if I were to just go ahead and equip my clan emblem to the other shoulder, it'll be flipped, right? So I went ahead and uploaded a flip version of my logo as my alliance logo, and then now they both point the right way, which is really, really cool. Would be awesome if DE would add in a feature to just let you flip the things, the regalias, is that what they're called? Just the emblems. Okay, emblems. But if you don't have those, go for something that glows, you know? Tier one, pretty easy one to get. Just get your ducats. You're not gonna have these if you weren't here for raids and stuff, so sucks to be you. But you've also got like event badges and whatnot. I've never ever used an event badge. I just think that they're such a bad reward for people who were, you know, taking part in an event. Nobody really cares about them. I guess if you're a newer player, it's kind of cool to have, but for somebody who's been around a long time and Fashion Frame is endgame for you, I would avoid them at all cost. But you've also got your secondary energy color, and I haven't experimented with this a lot ever since it came out, but I would just do like maybe a little bit of a darker version of the already existing energy color, I guess. I don't know, but that's just personally what I would do. But moving on to the fun part now, we've got our attachments, right? So your chest piece, literally anything works that doesn't clip through the little dangly bit of my helmet, you know. So as long as it's somewhat minimalistic and not too intrusive, like this here one, the Arca one, it'll work, you know. I always want to have sort of like a body on it though, to cover up a little bit of the chest. And you know, weirdos out there be like, whoa, you're covering the boobs, what the fuck? But you know, I like the sort of like armor plated Warframe's Guardian Paladin like sort of look, you know. So this here one I think looks badass, but kind of floats a little bit. It's not too bad. This one looks really, really cool. This is the Loadster one. You only get this if you've logged in for a certain amount of days. But this is the Equinox one. The one that I thought appealed the most, this is just a frame that Pacal doesn't work on because of the clipping. The one that I thought appealed or was most appealing was a canvas, and this came from the Necros Prime access. I don't know why, but I just love the sort of jagged look that it has. But a lot of different stuff works. Ito was the one that I had on beforehand, but I think I'm going to swap up to a canvas just because it looks really, really cool. But there's a lot of different options that you have here to, you know, make your Saryn look really, really badass. Hotfix every single time that I make a video, dude. Every single time. So we got our shoulder pads. Shoulder pads, pretty much anything works. Arca one, the colors just don't match that well. But you got the Evia. Looks alright, but I don't think it really matches the theme. But then literally anything else I think is pretty a-okay, as long as the colors aren't really, really weird. So here's your Edo Prime. Edo Prime looks great. I wanted to show a Mugi, and Mugi looks dope as well. The only problem that I have with a Mugi is the fact that it puts the emblem so low, and I didn't want to use a Mugi just because I seen Coil Heart with a Mugi. So I wanted to go ahead and, you know, find something that was more suited to me. What I was using before was the Edo, because I like just the cool electric effect of Edo, even though it doesn't really match the theme of Saryn. It just looked really, really badass and really paladin-like. But there's a lot of different things you can use. Rivalite, Spirit Seal. Spirit Seal's got a cool channeling effect. Targus looks great. Tenocon, not so much. Tenocon 2019, not so much. They are exclusive though, so if you wanted to be like, but my exclusive privilege, you can go ahead and do that. A Canvas looks badass as well, but I personally think that Edo is the best, and obviously our most recent Equinox Prime one looks pretty badass as well. But Edo is what I would settle on personally if I were to, you know, go out of my way and design it again. So there's that. Your leg plates, can't remember what I was using to begin with, but a canvas looks pretty badass. I always use a canvas on the legs because, I mean, spikes though, only problem is if you're using a cape, you know, they clip through it. But the thing is with Saryn, your Syandana choice is very, very, very limited. So, you know, knee guards work, and Mugi looks awesome on the legs. You know, I can't deny that one. Spirit Seal looks great. Rivalite looks okay. Tenocon 2019, not so much. Where's 2018? A thing? I'm pretty sure it is a thing. Let me see. Tenocon 2018 looks alright, but I would say that Mugi is by far the best on the legs for this particular fashion frame. So that's what I would settle on. I would maybe change up the chest piece now that I'm taking a second look at it again, because maybe the sort of bronzy goldy like details are a little bit too much if not complemented by the chest piece, you know. So maybe that looks a little bit better. I don't know, there's a lot of different things you could do to mess around with it. Here's a Mugi again, and Mugi looks pretty cool. Man, I could sit here for ages and kind of never make my mind up whenever it comes to this fashion frame, but dude, it's difficult. It's really, really difficult because it all looks badass. But yeah, I guess, you know, let's move on. Ephemera, I like using my little blobby one because, or the blood one. You get that from the arbitrations vendor. Just because it's Saryn and infested, and I don't know, it looks cool. I like the blobby one. I don't know if ephemeras are meant to be there to show your veteran privilege or whatnot. I don't know. Bunny ears, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to the Syandana. So the Syandana is your most difficult choice on Saryn because, man, let's just go ahead and show the Misa Syandana. Look at the clipping. The clipping is horrid, and you'll find that with a lot of Syandanas on Saryn. Clipping here. They also lower it down on her back as well, so instead of it being up a little bit, it's a lot of them are lowered down, and it just looks weird. So here's your clipping for your arm. This is another thing to do with the animations. So here's your Taco Syandana. That's what I like to call these, the Taco Syandana. I don't know why, it's just always stuck with me for some reason. You got clipping there, clipping there. This one's okay, but massive paintbrush. This one's pretty good. I like the minimalistic Syandanas on Saryn. This one doesn't clip. Well, it does a little bit on the side here if you're looking at it from an angle. But I'm not a big fan of the look. Here's a cape. Capes are okay, but it just feels like it's so pushed out, and I don't know why. Here's another, or here is a prime example of it being way too low. This is a horrible looking Syandana, but way too low. This one looks alright, but doesn't really suit my theme. Here's a low Syandana with clipping as well. Nice tree branch if you're into that. Not my personal take. Conclave Santana, you got to do conclave challenges for it to light up. Nobody's going to do that. Massive clipping. Low down Syandana, clipping. This one's okay. This is Vobin Prime accessories. Colors don't really match that well. You got to change it up a little bit in the color section. Clipping. Too weird. Clipping. And too low. This one looks alright, but you got a little bit of clipping on Saryn's left there, and also a little bit on the right. This is one of my personal favorites though, because it's like, it feels like it's perched up in those things that are coming over her shoulders, so it's not like in there in between them, and it's just in the perfect position in my opinion. So if more of the Syandanas worked like this, like they were perched up on the shoulders or the things that are coming around her shoulders, it would be a lot easier to fashion frame Saryn in regards to Syandanas. So I don't know, that's just my take on it. The Dex one is usually the one that I run. Yep, I'm aware there's an updated version. There's a hotfix thing in the bottom right. But yeah, you get this for Warframe's anniversary. So whenever the anniversary event comes around, that's whenever you get that. Disconnect Syandana, this is made by Faven. He's also one of my favorite 10th gen creators. A little bit of clip in there, but it's not that noticeable, especially whenever you're playing. You got this cool looking fucking Corpus jetpack thing. It doesn't match the theme. Cape, Gara Syandana, cape with a lot of clipping. And Mugi got clipping. Here's the Equinox one. It's low down, but the Syandana kind of spreads out enough, or the cape spreads out enough that it's okay. I just think that this cape works almost perfectly, and I would like it a lot more capes worked like this one, or look like this one on Saryn's back, but you know, it's all to do with the base. I didn't mean to choose that. It's all to do with the base, I guess. And of course, as long as you have an animation where the spikes don't clip through her arm, right? So, Korra Syandana looks alright, but I mean, I'm not a big personal fan. I can see why somebody might like it though. Barrow Syandana clipping through the arms. You know, we got another Barrow Syandana. It's really just a game of like, what tickles your fancy? Cool Shark Syandana, I guess that's what I would call that. This here one looks great. Minimalistic on the back. Pyra Prime doesn't work at all in my opinion. Regular Pyra doesn't work at all either. You got the Rapala, which is one that a lot of people like, but a lot of clipping. Raji works great. We got this Korra Syandana, which doesn't work at all. Satura Syandana looks great. This here is one of my personal favorite Syandana. So many people ask me, yo, what are those swords on your back? Lead is probably 100% my favorite 10th gen creator, because he made my favorite Gara skin and made playing Gara a massive treat. But this is made by Lead 2012 and Day Monster, and yo, like, this Syandana is dope. So maybe people are like, well, what are those weapons? I'm like, that's not a weapon, bro. It's just a cool Syandana. Works okay on Saryn. A little bit of clipping for the arm, but of course that can be changed up with the animation. What else have we got in terms of Syandanas? Hildrum one you don't want to use. Did it? Oh, didn't mean to do that. What other ones can we get from Tennogen that work? There's not a lot because a lot of them just clip. I thought this here looked really, really badass before I made this video. So I might go ahead and pick this one up, but it just doesn't suit the theme, but it does look badass. It's like this vampiric sort of winged demon-like Saryn, I guess. I don't know. But let's see. That one doesn't work really. That one, I like this one because it's perched up in that same spot that the other that the Dex Syandana is perched up in, and it's a pretty nice Syandana. So, you know, there's that. Too low on her back definitely works though. Let me see. Yeah, that one's alright looking, I guess. Wouldn't go out of my way to get it. This one's alright as well, because again, it's perched up in those things that come around from her shoulders. What else have we got? Lantern, if you're into that. What was that one? Perched up in the thing around the shoulders. And then this here one, unfortunately, is way too low, so... I don't know, dude. Like, that's my take on, my Saryn. Oh, let's go ahead and, equip our Equinox one again. Butterfly wings. Butterfly wings. Where's the Equinox Prime one? There it is. Awesome. So that would be my Saryn fashion frame. I could maybe swap out the what's it called? The attachments in the shoulders. Let's go ahead and try. Shoulders. I don't know. I don't know, dude. There's a lot of different stuff. Maybe I wouldn't use that one because the white is too much. Like, doesn't match the shoulder there. I don't know. Man, I could sit here for ages whenever it comes to my Saryn, but yeah, that's my Saryn fashion frame, guys. I gotta update Warframe though. I'm gonna remove the Ephemera. I'm so indecisive. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Where is it? Where's it under? Attachments? Yeah. Bye-bye. There we go. Cool beans. That's my Saryn. Saryn's dope. Let's go ahead and look at the ability screen because, yeah. Here, have a cool thingamajig of Saryn standing amongst all the infested. Looks pretty badass, right? Cool Saryn Prime is cool. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this, but that is my Saryn Prime, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead, hit that like button below. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my phone is absolutely blowing up right now. Somebody's trying to message me on Discord. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Hit subscribe for more Warframe videos. I'm going to be making fashion videos every week. Fashion frame videos every week. Yeah, subscribe for more Warframe videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.